So lahat na ba sa inyo naka-experience na pumunta sa pumunta sa palengke at mamili ng mga bagay-bagay na kailangan natin. Sa palengke, maraming mga goods like vegetables, fruits, ano pa ba, dry goods like rice, eggs, and so on. So let's say, kailangan mong bumili ng rice, grains. So, per sack. So, sa isang sako, what would mean, bumili ka ng 1 sack of rice. Gaano karami yun? That's around 10 kilograms or 25 kilograms. Diba? Pag bibili ka naman ng juice, ang gaano karami, so sasabihin mo 2 cups or 5 cups. Pag bibili ka ng itlog, sasabihin mo a dozen, isang tray. Pag sinabi mong isang dozen, gaano karami yon? There are about 12 eggs. Ang isang tray, sabi mo, so bibigyan ka na isang tray na may lamang 36 eggs. E paano naman kung meron kang gold, tapos gusto mong malaman kung bibili ka ng 5 grams or 10 grams noon, ilang atoms ng gold meron ka? Or kung inom ka naman ng tubig, isang cup ng tubig, ilang molecules ng water ang meron doon? To answer that question, introduce sa atin yung concept ng mole. Ano nga ba yung mole na to? Pag sinabi nating mole, spelled as M-O-L-E. Ang mole is one of the fundamental SI units. Pag sinabi nating mole, we are referring to the amount of substance. And pag sinabi nating 1 mole, that is equivalent sa number 6.02 times 10 to the 23. Ano nga ba yung number na to? That is the Avogadro's number. Ibig sabihin, kung may 1 mole ka ng substance na yon, meron kang 6.02 times 10 to the 23 molecules. Kung meron kang 1 mole ng NaCl, meron kang 6.02 times 10 to the 23 particles of NaCl. This was named after Amadeo Avogadro. So, gaano ba kalaking number na yun? Take a look at the number posted on the screen. Yan, ganyan kalaki yung number na 6.02 times 10 to the 23. And that is the amount of substance we're referring to every 1 mole. And in fact, meron tayong tinatawag na Mole Day celebration. Kailan yun? Yan ay sinicelebrate every October 23 from 6:02 a.m. to October 24, 6:02 a.m. 1 day. Excuse me. So that is the Mole Day. Now, hindi ibig sabihin na for every 1 mole ng iba't ibang element or 1 mole ng iba't ibang substance, magkakapareho yan. Yes, pare-pareho silang 1 mole, pero yung amount or the mass of each will be different. So we have examples here on the screen. We have water, iron, oxygen, sodium chloride, gold, and helium. Lahat ng yan ay pare-pareho 1 mole. Pero take a look at their masses. For water, we have 0.18. For iron, we have 55.9 grams. For that molecule of oxygen, we have 32 grams. And sodium chloride, we have 58.4 grams. And for 1 mole of gold, we have 197 grams. And lastly, for helium, meron tayong 4 grams for every 1 mole of it. Yan, 1 mole pare-pareho, pero pagkakaiba sila ng mass. Now, balikan natin yung tanong natin kanina. Meron kang gold. So, ilang atoms ng gold kung meron ka sa 5 grams na binili mo? Alam natin ngayon na for every 1 mole ng gold, meron kang 6.02 times 10 to the 23 atoms ng gold. So kung meron kang 5 grams nun, ilang atoms ng gold ang meron ka? Doon naman sa tubig, 1 cup. Alam natin na for every 1 cup, for every 1 mole of water, meron kang 6.02 times 10 to the 23 molecules ng tubig. Ang tanong, kung meron kang 10 grams ng tubig, ilang molecules ng water, H2O, ang meron? Let's find out in this series of exercises. Example number 1. Ang tanong, how many atoms are there in 2.0 moles of argon? Argon element. Symbol AR. Yan, kunin nyo yung mga calculators nyo. Now, alam natin, para masagot itong problem na to, alam natin na meron na for every 1 mole of argon, meron kang 6.0 times 10 to the 23 atoms ng argon based on our Avogadro's number. So, gagamitin natin yung factor na to to find the answer kung ilang atoms ng argon ang meron sa 2 moles of that element. Yan. So, 2 moles of argon will be multiplied to that given factor. Yung mole nasa baba, yung atoms nasa taas. Right side. So, cancel out natin yung mole of argon and then mole of argon sa baba. Then multiply it with calculators with you. Multiply 2 times 6.0 times 10 to the 23 argon. Ang sagot, 1.2 times 10 to the 24 atoms of argon. Nakuha nyo ba? Okay, anong ibig sabihin nito? So that means for 2 moles of argon, meron kang 1.2 times 10 to the 24 atoms of argon. Nakuha. Next example. Ilang molecules naman ang meron ka, or how many molecules are there in 3.5 moles of water? Okay, ulitin ko. Alam natin ulit na for every 1 mole of water, meron kang 6.02 times 10 to the 23 molecules of water. Diba? So, using the same factor, multiply natin yan sa 3.5 mole na meron tayong tubig. Cancel out mole of water here, and then mole of water there. Then multiply the quantity 3.5 times 6.02 times 10 raised to 23 divided by 1, we will arrive at the answer 2.1 times 10 to the 24 molecules of water. Get your calculators with you. Yan. Tama ba? Kung nakuha niyo yung tamang sagot, congratulations. Third example. How many moles are there in 5.25 times 10 to the 24 particles of sodium chloride? Stable salt. Okay, alam natin ulit na for every 1 mole of NaCl, meron tayong ganito kalaking 6.02 times 10 to the 23 particles of sodium chloride. So we will use the same factor here. Yung given na 5.25 times 10 raised to 24 particles of NaCl, i-divide natin ngayon yan sa 6.02 times 10 to the 23 particles of NaCl. Okay, kakancel out natin yung particles doon. Particles sa baba, ang matitira na lang na unit ay 1 mole NaCl. Multiply 5.25 times 10 to the 24 times 1 divided by 6.02 times 10 to the 23. Ang sagot, Tama, 8.72 moles of NaCl. So, sasabihin natin, so for 5.25 times 10 to the 24 particles of sodium chloride, meron tayong 8.72 moles of that table salt. Nasusundan. Okay? Now, let's have more practice. This time, i-level up natin. Now, how many moles are there in 2.5 grams of iron? Ng mass. Paano kaya sasagutin to? Alam natin na for an iron, ang atomic weight niya ay 56 gram per mole. Ano ibig sabihin nito? For 56 grams of iron, meron kang 1 mole. O babalikan natin, for 1 mole of iron, meron kang 56 grams of it. Ayan. So, gagamitin natin yung factor na yon to find the answer kung ilang moles. So, ang given ay 2.5 grams of iron. So, divide lang natin yon with its atomic weight of 56 grams. Kakancel out yun, grams Fe, then sa baba, then matitirang unit will be mole. 2.5 divided by 56, that would mean you have 0.05 ay 0.45 mole of Fe. Nakuha. Yan. Very good. Next example tayo. Basa. So, aluminum is a metal with a high strength to mass ratio and high resistance to corrosion. Therefore, it's often used for structural purposes. Ang tanong, how many moles and number of atoms are there in 10 grams of that element? Alam natin ulit ng atomic weight ng aluminum ay 27, rounded to the whole number, gram per mole. Ibig sabihin yan, for 1 mole of aluminum, meron kang 27 grams of it. So, paano natin ngayon sasagutin itong problem na to? The same thing we did in the previous problem. So, yung 10 grams, ilang mole meron tayo? So, di-divide natin yan sa atomic weight na 27. So, cancel natin yung grams, cancel natin yung grams doon. Matitirang unit ay number of moles. So, eto guys, this is just your atomic weight. Eto. Okay? Ito lang siya. Ginamit lang natin to. So, nilagay natin yung grams sa baba to cancel out the grams at matitirang unit ay mole. So, ilang sagot? 10 divided by 27, that would be 0.37 mole of argon. So, nasagot na natin yung tanong kung how many moles. Now, ang next tanong ay how many atoms? Since meron na tayong number of moles, hahanapin na natin yung number of atoms. Yan. So, dito, gagamitin natin yung factor using the Avogadro's number. For every 1 mole of that element, meron tayo 6.02 times 10 to the 23 atoms of aluminum. So, canceling out mole here and there, matitirang unit, number of atoms. So, 0.37 times the quantity 6.02 times 10 to the 23, we have 2.23 times 10 to the 23 atoms of aluminum. Now we already answered the two questions, the number of moles and the number of atoms of aluminum in 10 grams of the sample. So example number 3. Now, this will be the case of silicon. So, a silicon chip used in an integrated circuit of a microcomputer has a mass of 5.68 milligrams. how many atoms of silicon are present in this given mass. So kung mapapansin nyo, 5.68 itong given. So una natin gagawin is to convert that into grams. Again, involve natin yung atomic weight in this problem. And of course, the Avogadro's number. And remember, for every 1 gram, there are 1,000 milligrams. So to convert 5.68 milligram of silicon, so divide lang natin yan into 1,000 milligrams. So that's one and that one. Now we have 5.68 times 10 raised to negative 3 grams of silicon. And now, so since meron na tayong grams, now we're ready to convert it to compute rather for the number of moles. Okay, so ang gagawin lang natin doon ulit, since alam na natin ang grams, we divide it with the atomic weight to get the number of moles. So 5.68, cancel yung grams doon. 5.68 times 10 raised to negative 3 divided by 28, we have 2.03 times 10 raised to negative 4 moles of silicon. Now, from moles, hanapin natin yung number of atoms using the Avogadro's number. So just multiply the moles with the given mole right there. So it's canceling that out. And use 1. So 2.03 times 10 raised to negative 4 times 6.02 times 10 raised to negative 23. You arrive with the final answer, 1.22 times 10 raised to 20 atoms of silicon. Okay. Fourth and last. So ang tanong, how many moles are there in 9.45 times 10 raised to 24 atoms of silver? So ang kailangan natin dito, the Avogadro's number. So ilang moles? So ang gagawin, so moles ang hinahanap, so i-divide lang natin siya with the Avogadro's number. The given is 9.45 times 10 raised to 24. Divide it with the Avogadro's number. Cancel natin yung atoms dyan and there. So now we have the number of moles, 15.7 moles of silver. Okay. Now, let's involve the molar mass. But before that, ano nga ba yung molar mass na yan? Sabi natin yung molar mass ay ang weight in grams per 1 mole of the given substance or compound. Okay. So, ang unit nun ay gram per mole. So, alam natin na ang 1 mole ng compound na yun, meron tayong 6.02 times 10 to the 23 empties, particles, molecules, or yan. So, the molar mass of any substance is its atomic mass or the molecular mass or the formula mass in gram per mole. So, paano yun makukuha? We just get the sum of all the atomic weights ng mga atomic components ng compound na yun. Multiplied, of course, by their subscript. Let's try this out. What is the molar mass of methane? Unang-una, ano ba yung methane? So, looking at their molecular formula, meron tayong isang carbon at 4 na hydrogen. And then, sabi doon, multiply natin yan sa atomic weight ng element. So, yung carbon, meron tayong atomic weight na 12. And then, yung hydrogen, meron tayong 1. Multiplying with it, multiply natin yan sa number na atom na present sa compound. So, CH4 mayroong isang carbon times 12 is 12. Si hydrogen naman, atomic weight na 1. Ilan sila sa formula? 4. So, 4. So, 4 times 1 we have So, the molar mass of methane now gets 12 plus 4 give us 18 unit gram per mole. So, malapit na tayo matapos. This is our second example. So, kindly read. So, jaglone is a dye known for centuries and is produced from the husk of black walnuts. It is also a natural herbicide that kills off competitive plants around the black walnut tree but does not affect the grass and other competitive plants. It has a formula C10H6O3. So the questions are, ano yung molar mass of jaglone? So calculate the molar mass. And how many moles of the sample is present in 1.56 times 10 raised to negative 2 grams of jaglone? Dalawang tanong yon. Hanapin yung molar mass and the number of moles with the given mass of the sample. So, to calculate the molar mass, the same thing as we did with the first example. So, bibilangin natin ilan ng atoms ng carbon. 10, 8, 6, O, 3. Then, multiply it with the atomic weights C12, H1, O16. Makikita nyo yan sa periodic table. Itong ginamit nating quantity or value ay rounded to the nearest whole number. Okay? So, multiply the number of atoms and their atomic weights. Carbon 120, hydrogen 6, oxygen 48. Get the sum, 174 gram per mole. So, that this will be our molar mass. Clear? So, ibig sabihin nito, 1 mole nung jaglone, C10H6O3, meron tayong 174 grams. So, from here, pwede na natin i-compute yung number of moles. Ang given, remember, ay 1.56 times 10 raised to negative 2 grams of the sample. Tama? Divide natin yan sa molar mass, 174 grams. So, makakancel yung grams here. There, the remaining unit will be mole. Divide the quantities. 1.56 times 10 raised to negative 2 divided by 174. You will arrive at the answer 8.97 times 10 raised to negative 5 mole of C6H10O3. Tama ba yan? Correct. Third example. Malapit na tayo matapos. This time for calcium carbonate. So, it's also called calcite. And the principal mineral found in stone, marble, chalk, pearls, and shells of marine animals such as plants. Questions are, what is the molar mass of calcium carbonate? And a certain sample of calcium carbonate contains 4.86 moles. What is the mass in grams? Okay, let's answer letter A. Okay, letter A. Molar mass of calcium carbonate. Kaya nang ginawa natin in the previous example. For calcium carbonate, we have calcium, carbon, oxygen, 113 respectively for the number of atoms. The atomic weights, 40 for calcium, 12 for carbon, 16 for oxygen. Multiply it with the number of atoms. So for calcium, 40, carbon 12, and oxygen 48. Tama? Get the sum. So we have 100 gram per mole. Yan. Now ready na tayo for letter B. For letter B, sinatanong doon kung ilang grams. So our unit should be in grams. So, based on the molar mass, 1 mole of calcium carbonate is equal to 100 grams of the sample. So, the given 4.86 moles, anong gagawin natin doon? I-multiply natin for multiply natin sa molar mass. Remember, this is your molar mass. Cancel out natin yung mole, calcium carbonate there, and here, 4.86 times 100, ilang moles? So we have 486 grams of calcium carbonate. Perfect. Okay, well done. Now, you have to try these two problems on your own. And let's check whether you can arrive at the final answer. First question. How many grams are there in 7.5 moles of C6H12O6 sugar? Okay, the correct answer is 1,350 grams sugar. How did we arrive at that final answer? Remember that the molar mass of sugar, let's check it, is 180 grams per mole. Ibig sabihin, 180 grams of C6H12O6 has every 1 mole of that. Ang given ay 7.5 moles. Ibig sabihin, may multiply natin siya sa molar mass. Na-cancel natin yung mole at yung isa, grams lang ang maiiwan. Here, so 7.5 times 1 is 1,350 grams. Kuha. Now, second question. So, how many particles are there in 5.5 grams of ferrous sulfate? And the correct answer is 2.18 times 10 raised to 22 particles of ferrous sulfate. Now, how did we arrive with the answer? Again, if you compute for the molar mass of the sample, we have 152 grams per moles of ferrous sulfate. So that means for 152 grams of ferrous sulfate, there are 1 mole. Okay. Now, even is 5.5 grams. Una, hinahanap natin ay particles. So, una is this one. What's this? The molar mass. So, divide natin siya yan. And then, next factor will be the Avogadro's number. Canceling out the grams here. And there. And we also cancel out the mole ferrous sulfate. Okay, so 5.5 times 6.72 times 10 raised to 23 divided by 152. We arrive 2.18 times 10 raised to 22 particles of ferrous sulfate.